Tonight on Golf Central, he's back. Dustin Johnson is making his first competitive start since winning the U.S. Open. You'll hear from DJ about the week ahead, plus his thoughts on the Olympics.
At this point, I'm going to go to the Olympics and represent my country, and I'm looking forward to it.
Speaking of the Rio Games, with some top players already backing out, we get our panel of experts to weigh in. And the season's next major is right around the corner. This week, 5 spots are up for grabs for the Open at Royal Troon. We'll show you where and when those will be decided. It's all straight ahead on Golf Central.
Golf Central. Brought to you by Titleist.
The last time we saw Dustin Johnson in action, he was taming what many thought was an untamable championship venue, the U.S. Open at Oakmont. Johnson not only overcame a 4-shot deficit to capture his first major title, but a rules violation that wasn't decided until after he holed his final putt.
I mean, the first one's definitely the hardest. Well, you know, it was for me. So I feel like now that I won one that, you know, I know I can do it. I believe I can do it. I mean, I believed all along that I could do it. And, you know, I kept telling y'all it's going to happen if I keep putting myself in the position. So, you know, now that I know that, you know, I just got to keep putting myself in position to have a chance to win on the back nine on Sundays. And so, I mean, I think it's the beginning.
And with that, we say hello. Welcome to Golf Central. I'm Lisa Cornwell. Dustin Johnson addressed the media in Akron, Ohio today, not only to discuss his U.S. Open win, but what the future holds, including his status for the Olympics. For more on golf in the Olympics, we say hello for the first time tonight to George Savaricas from Firestone Country Club in Akron, Ohio.
Well, Lisa, on site today here at Firestone Country Club, USA Golf held a meeting with the potential qualifiers to represent the U.S. in the Olympics to address their concerns regarding Rio. Dustin Johnson, who at the moment would be one of the 4 qualifiers for the USA squad, was at the meeting. In his press conference, DJ said that at this point, I am in and will play in the Olympics. DJ touched on how the meeting with USA Golf went.
I thought the meeting was good. Cleared up a lot of things. Still waiting to hear back on a couple things that, you know, all 4 of us had concern about. But we'll have some answers early next week. And I mean, at this point, I'm going to go to the Olympics and represent my country, and I'm looking forward to it. Just security concerns, and you know, I think they got it covered pretty well. And you know, we talked very, very briefly about Zika, but it was mostly all security concerns.
I texted with Ricky Fowler, who's also in the meeting. He said it was nice to ask some questions and get some additional information. He still is not making a decision at the moment. I also spoke with the source who was at the meeting. He said the players asked questions and had their concerns addressed for about an hour and a half. USA Golf is going to have an additional meeting, or at least additional conversations with these guys in the following week to kind of finalize things. We'll see if it's enough to ensure that the top 4 qualifiers do tee it up in this summer's Olympics in Rio.
George, thank you very much. Here's a look at the current qualifiers for the United States men. Number 2 in the world, Jordan Spieth, followed by number 3, Dustin Johnson. Bubba Watson at number 6. He's already addressed this issue, fully committing to the Olympics. And number 7 in the world ranking, Ricky Fowler. South African Leanne Pace is the first woman to decide she will not participate in the Olympics. Pace released this statement earlier today. I've withdrawn my name from consideration for the South African Olympic golf team for Rio. My team has been monitoring the situation regarding the Zika virus, and after weighing up all the options and discussing it with my family and team, I have decided that due to the health concerns surrounding the Zika virus, I will not be participating. We will have a big discussion regarding who's in and who's out of the Olympics as of right now, and the concerns surrounding the Zika virus. You'll hear from Peter Dawson, president of the International Golf Federation, on this very topic, as well as our panel of experts, and what all of this can mean for the future of golf in the Olympics. That's coming up just a little bit later in the show. Now let's turn our attention to the battle to compete for the famed Wanamaker Trophy. 20 spots up for grabs, playing next month's PGA Championship at Baltusrol this week in upstate New York. Final round of the PGA Professional National Championship at Turning Stone. Trip Eisenhower joining the party. Rich Berriman from New Hampshire at 16.
Well, the 16th hole, and this is a beautiful putt. Now, he's coming back from a triple bogey, Lisa, and Barbarian right here, and coming up the hill, a long putt, reached the green in 2, chip to here, this for birdie. And right there, shoots a 69. He gets in at 11 under.
And you can tell he is fired up about that position. Omar Uresti from Austin, Texas, one back at this point, needs it to tie, and
yeah, just a good effort, just overread the putt.
so Barbarian is your winner. His father, Rich, well, he is a PGA Life member. Congratulations to father and son, because it's always nice when dad can participate in that as well. 11 under winning this championship, a 69 by Barbarian. A lot of low scores on this final day in Verona, New York. Again, the top 20 qualify, so we continue to take a look at the leaderboards. Trip, a lot of these players, you have to assume they have participated in this event. They know what this pressure is all about.
Yeah, they do. And Brad Larden, one of those players who has PGA Tour experience, and he's using it each and every year. It seems like he plays well in this event.
We mentioned the top 20, and they are going to advance to the PGA Championship at Baltusrol. Karen Pelosi from Atlanta, she will not participate as a female, but it's worth watching her play because she was on fire in Turning Stone.
I mean, she played great all week, and clean scorecard today.
Joe Speed from Locust Hill, Virginia, here at number 12. Josh, excuse me.
Yeah, 12th hole and a birdie putt, and boy, he rocketed up the leaderboard today.
That's what happens when you shoot a 65. Wyatt Worthington, the second from Reynoldsburg, Ohio.
And the 7th hole, not many birdies on the 7th, but that long putt falls.
He would shoot a 69, and he's headed to Baltusrol at -6. Rob Labritz from Pound Ridge, New York.
Yeah, well, he has a sense of the moment to do great things in the moment to get to the PGA, Lisa. And that was on the 18th hole. And this was a couple of years ago in Oregon. And this is his third shot, not his second on the par 4. Third shot, but that's a birdie. And he goes to the PGA Championship.
A little more excitement that time for good reason, but he is moving on. There was a 7-way playoff needed to decide the final spot. Here's the first playoff hole, Trip, to par 5, 12.
Yeah, David Muddett right up in front of the green, and really a lot of the players made a mess of this hole, Lisa, but not a mess at all there for David Muddett.
He's closest to the hole for birdie, so what would he do? How about Scott Hebert from Traverse City, Michigan? A really good look at birdie
Well,
here.
yeah, and this was where you look at this putt, and only 2 players birdied this hole. Well, I gave it away, Lisa. I gave it away. Only 2 players birdied it, and they would move on.
So let's take a look at that moving on portion. Second playoff hole, number 13.
Now, this is for par. Pulled his second shot in a bunker, and a fantastic putt to keep his chances alive.
And it's worth noting, he got a good read from his competitor at that point, and here is his competitor.
That was for par. He drove it left in the rough, pitched out, and David Muddett, well, book your reservation for Baltusrol.
I really enjoyed playing.
An exciting 4-hole playoff that ended with David Muddett punching that final spot to get to the PGA Championship. All these players looking forward to teeing it up against the PGA Tour pros and other pros from around the world. Some facts and figures for the 2016 PGA Championship at Baltusrol. It takes place July 28th through 31st. This will be the first time since 1971 that it hasn't been played in the month of August. The last time Baltusrol hosted this championship was in 2005 when Phil Mickelson earned his second major title. This course has hosted the U.S. Open 7 times in its storied history, the last 1993, won by Lee Janzen. Still ahead, more reaction from what went down a couple weeks ago at the U.S. Open. We'll hear from Dustin Johnson and Shane Lowry about the impact the ruling, non-ruling had on them. That's next on Golf Central.